Jai Hind everyone. So this is the fourth lecture of ours for digital system design, and today we'll be covering K-maps and circuit realization. So getting to the next slide. So K-map is a systematic method to minimize the Boolean expression. As we have seen in the while using the Boolean laws, we were able to minimize the expression, but in that case it was not a systematic form. It was not a method-based minimization. So this Karnaugh map offers us a systematic way to solve our Boolean expressions and to minimize them. So we can also say that these are the visual representation of a truth table. They have cell-based structures. That means there are boxes or cells in a K-map, and the number of cells are related to the number of variables by this formula, n is to 2 raised to power n. So if my question is having two variables a and b, then the number of cells in the K-map will be 2 raised to power 2. That means 4 cells will be there. And cells are labeled in gray counting instead of binary counting. So at that time of gray, if some student asks about the application of this gray counting, so this is where this gray counting is used, that is in K-maps. So either ones or zeros from the truth table can be used to solve K-maps. That means either minterms or maxims can be used, and adjacent ones or zeros are to be grouped. So this is the basic fundamental of Karnaugh map, and when we will going through the further slides, we will be covering the exact details, how this grouping, how this pairing will be done. So these are the basic structures of K-map. So for two variables, we can see that there are two variables here and A and B. So the cells are 4, and these cells are numbered as 0, 1, 2 and 3. So these are not numbered directly or randomly here. So these two variables A and B are mentioned here. So A is my MSB and B is my LSB. So A to B is the flow of my variables. So A can have two values 0 and B can have two values 0 and 1 for A, and similarly 0 and 1 two values for B. So if we label these structures, this will be having the address 0 0 and this will be having the address 0 1. Similarly this will have the address 1 0 and this will have the address 1 1. Okay, now this 0 0 is equivalent to your 0, this 0 1 is equivalent to your 1, this 1 0 is equivalent to your 2, and similarly this 1 1 is equivalent to your 3. And similarly you can prepare K-map structure for 3 variables. So in 3 variables A, B, C, you can check randomly that these cell numbers are being assigned using these binary values. So if I check this, it will be having A, from A I am having this 0, and from BC I am having this 1 1. So this 0 1 1 actually becomes your 3. Similarly you can check the other values, that like this here. So A is having value 1 and from the column I am having 0 1. So this 1 0 1 becomes 5. So this is how these cells are labeled. Similarly for this 4 variable A, B, C and D. And to simply remember, you have to just replace, you can just simply write the counting here 0 1. So it was expected to be 2 if it was binary counting, but I have placed it 3 here and 2 here. That means I have swapped the third and fourth entries. Similarly here 4 5 7 and 6, that means third and fourth entries are again swapped. So a simple rule can be deduced from that we have to simply replace the third and fourth entries. Third and fourth entries to be swapped. Similarly here you can see, so if this in this actually the flow is from here it is AB and here it is CD. So for this ABCD flow, that means now the flow is something like this from A to D. So this in this pattern my counting will be 0 1 2 and 3 again are swapped 0 1 2 3. Similarly 4 5 6 7. Now it is a third column. I had to start from 8, but that 8 will be entered in fourth column. So 8 9 11 10 and then 12 13 15 14. So in this way these cells can be numbered systematically. So for a two variable problem, That means we are having two variables a and b, and p is my output. So this truth table is telling me that there are three ones. Okay, so I have prepared a K-map structure in which a can have two values 0 and 1. Similarly, b can have two values 0 and 1. So I have labeled these cells 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now from here you can see that min terms can be deduced from here. This is 0, this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. So there are three ones and the locations are 0. If I write the min-term expression, the min-term expression will be 0, 1 and 3. So I have filled 1 at 0 position, first position and third position. Okay, so in this way the entries from truth table can be translated into the K-map entries. So for the timing, if we look at the expression without minimization, so this one corresponds to your a bar b bar. Okay, this one corresponds to your a bar b bar, and this one for a bar b, and this one for last one for ab. This is actually ab bar, but when this ab bar will be multiplied by 0, so it will eventually become 0. So that's why it is not considered. So this is the non-minimized expression. So now we'll be minimizing these expressions. So let's go to the slide. So in this way we can group these ones. So I have made a group of two ones here and two ones here. So all in all there are two groups and both are pairs. Both are pairs. So at max there could have been four ones, and in that case I could have made a quad. Okay, so and also if there was a possibility that if there was a single one, then I would have made a group which has only single member. That means a singlet, we can also say. Any variable which is both a 1 and 0 in this pairing can be eliminated. That means if we can see here, so from this horizontal group is giving me this 0. That means this 0 signifies a bar. Okay, and this horizontal group is giving me here b is equal to 0, b is equal to 1. That means b bar and b. That means there is nothing common between these two ones. Okay, so in that case there will be no common term from the columns. Okay, so this is from this horizontal pair I am getting a bar. Similarly from this vertical pair I will be getting b. Both these ones have this b variable as common term, and there is nothing common from the rows. Okay, so this is two variable K-map. Okay, so the answer becomes a bar plus b. Okay, so this is my answer. So this vertical group is giving me b. Similarly for three variable K-map, I can write here that the terms are, if we look at these terms, that there is a 1 at this location. This 0, 1, 0 is corresponding to a 2. This one is corresponding to 1, 0, 0, that it is equivalent to 4. This one is equivalent to your 1, 1, 0, that means it is equivalent to your 6. 2, 4 and 6. So if I label the K-map 0, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5, 7 and 6. So three ones are there at 2, 4 and 6. So here we can say there is a 1 at second position, there is a 1 at fourth position, and there is a 1 at sixth position. So this is how the three variable K-map can be prepared from a three variable truth table. Now coming to the grouping of it. So here we can say that there is a group of these ones. Okay, and if there are ones at the extreme edges, they can also be converted into a single group. That means this one and this one will form a pair instead of two single terms. So to get the answer from this horizontal group is giving me this thing common. That means a can have two values, a bar and a. So from this second row I am having a, and The columns involved is this one and this one, that means B bar, C bar, B bar, C bar, and this is your B, C bar. So the common term between these two columns is C bar. So I can place a C bar here. So this is my answer from this group from the extreme edges, and from this vertical group I can simply check that there is nothing common from the rows, but the column is giving me the common term B, C bar. So if I add these two terms, I will get the minimized answer. Okay, so this is 3 variable K-map, and similarly the 4 variable K-map is shown here. So 4 variable K-map, A, B, C, D, these entries will be in form of A, B, C, D. Wherever we want to put the bars, we can check that. So let's suppose I want to prepare this one. So here A, B is 1, 1. So A, B is 1, 1, and here C, D is 0, 1. That means C should be having a bar. Okay, and similarly you can prepare this for all other cells. Like for this, if you want to prepare AB is 0, 1, that means A will be having a bar. And similarly from the column I am having 1, 0, that means D must be having a bar. So this is the main term writing in this K-map for 4 variable. So coming to the reduction rules, to reduce the Boolean expression, first we have to make pairs, squares, octets, that means, and if nothing is possible, then we can make a singlet also. Okay, so pair, if I make a pair, then it removes 1 variable, and if I make a quad, then it removes 2 variable, and if I make a octet, it removes 3 variables. That means higher the size of the group, lesser are the number of variables. So that's what my aim is, to remove the variables so that I get the minimized answer. Okay, and there are 2 simple rules. All the ones should be grouped in minimum possible number of groups. Okay, and the size of group should be as large as possible, as mentioned here. And while making the groups, if I am having an option that I can have 2 possibilities, that I can make a quad or I can make an octet. So I should be going for an octet because it is the larger one. It will be removing 3 variables. So let's check this. So this is how an octet can be visualized in a K-map. These 8 might be here, and 2 rows might be in 2 columns. Okay, and similarly these 8 can be at the extreme rows, or these 2 can be at the extreme columns. So this will also make an octet. Okay, similarly for quads, these quads can be in form of these 4, or in a single vertical column, or these can be in form of a, if there were ones here, then there would have been this thing as well. Okay, in addition to this, if I am having ones at the extreme edges, either in the form of rows or columns, so these can also make a quad. Similarly, if I would have a 1 there and there and here, so I could have made another quad here. Okay, and similarly one most important rule, that if I am having 4 ones at the extreme corners of a 4 variable K-map, then all these 4 will be making a single group. Okay, this we have to remember and identify whether this possibility is there or not. Okay, so all these 4 ones will make a single quad. Similarly, if 2 ones are there, then we can make a doublet or a group or a pair. Okay, and then we have to look for this redundant term. While we are making groups, then we have to check that whether or not we are making the right number of groups. Is there any group which is redundant? Redundant means which is not required. So if you look at this group, this horizontal group, so this is redundant. That means it is not required, because the 2 ones which are being covered by this group are already covered by the other 2 groups. Okay, so this becomes the redundant group. So the actual answer should not be having these 3 values as mentioned here, but only 2. So this value has been omitted from there, and this is the correct answer, and this will be the incorrect answer. Okay, So next slide. A single K-map can have more than one solution, as can be seen from this. So minterms have been entered. As long as both the answers are of the same nature, that means in this I can easily say that there are three pairs. Here also there are three pairs. Okay. So both the K-map entries are giving three pairs. So either of them can be chosen. Both will be considered correct. And if in case one of them would have been offering me a quad, then I would have preferred that. But right now, both are giving me the same options, so I can choose either of them. Okay. So now coming to the 4 variable POS K-map. So in this we had made entries for the one and I had grouped the ones. So I can also do this for POS. So for POS I can have grouping for zeros. The grouping rules, grouping patterns are exactly the same, but the right way of writing the answer will be slightly different. Wherever I was having bar, I will be having a non-bar term, and wherever I was having a non-bar term, I will be having a bar term. Similarly, wherever I was placing a plus, I will be placing a dot there. Wherever I was placing a dot, I will place a plus there. So if you look at this square group here, which is mentioned here, so I can see that there, let me change the color. So if I can see that this is equivalent to your A bar B bar, this is your A bar B, this is your C bar D bar, and this is your C bar D. So if I check for this square quad, so two rows are involved from which A bar is common. From these two rows A bar is common, and from these two columns C bar is common. So I get, but this A bar C bar, these are the general common terms in case like we had taken for the SOP one. But here as I already mentioned, I will be using bar in place of non-bar and non-bar in place of bar. So instead of using A bar and C bar, I have used A and C, and instead of placing a dot in between, I have placed a plus here. Okay. Similarly, you can check for this horizontal one. So for this horizontal one, there is nothing common from the column side, but from the row side, as we can see here, that it is giving me A bar B. But as I already mentioned, that I will be reversing this. That means it will be A plus B bar. As you can see here, it is A plus B bar. Similarly, this was A plus C, and if you check for this octet on the extreme edges, so from the first two rows I am having A bar common, and from the first and the last column I am having D bar common, A bar and D bar. But once again I will be reversing them. So A bar and D bar will be translated to A and D. Okay, so these are the three different groups, and all these different group answers are being multiplied, whereas in SOP all these answers were being added and each group was yielding a product. Here each group is yielding a sum. Okay. Similarly, 5 variable K-map can be solved. So for 5 variable, I can eliminate A. I can prepare two separate K-maps. This will be referring for, this will be for A and this will be for A bar and A. Okay. And rest of the rules are same. But the additional rule which we have to remember is that if a group is being formed at the same location in these two cells, so it will be considered of the double size. Like we can see here that this is a pair. Similarly, this is also a pair, but this will be considered, but these two pairs are at the same location in these cells. So I will consider this as a quad. Okay. Similarly, here you can see this is a single one and this is a single one, but these two will be considered as two single will be considered as a pair. Similarly, you can see here that this pair is not associated with this K-map, so it will not be considered as a pair. It will be considered as a, sorry, it will not be considered as a quad, but only as a pair. Okay. Similarly, you can check for the other cells and check whether these are common to both the cells, common to both the structures or not. If these are common, then we can double the size. Okay. Similarly, a 6 variable K-map, it is very hard to calculate. It is very hard to calculate a 6 variable K-map because it will be comprising of 4 separate K-maps. Okay. So in general, whenever we are having a 6 variable K-map, in that case we generally prefer that we go for another method which is known as tabular method. Okay. So that will be covering in the next lecture, but for the time being, this is what a 6 variable K-map structure looks like. Now coming to the implementation part. So if you are given an expression or a min-term expression, you can design a circuit for this very simply. So if you are provided with this expression, f(abc) is function of your, let me change the color. If this f(abc) is your function of 3 variables a, b and c, and these are the min-terms for this 3, 5, 6 and 7. So these 3, 5, 6 and 7 can be put into a K-map or they can be minimized, but in case if you do not want to minimize, then you can draw directly a circuit for this. So this 3 in binary is actually equivalent to your 0, 1, 1, and 5 is equivalent to your 1, 0, 1, 6 is equivalent to your 1, 1, 0, and 7, 1, 1, 1. So this 0, 1, 1, that means A bar, B and C, this first term. Okay. This 101, that means A, B bar, C, that means this second term. And similarly this 110, that means A, B, C bar, that means this third term. And this 111 is A, B and C, that means this fourth term. And all these products are to be added. So for this is a product, this is a product, this is a product, and this is a product. So all these products are calculated by with the help of these AND gates. 4 AND gates are used to calculate these 4 products, and when all these products are added, so for addition I am using an OR gate. So that's why it is termed as SOP, sum of products, or you can also refer to it as AND OR expression. Okay, and this was derived from min-terms. So all these things are interrelated. If I say min-term, if I say AND, or if I say SOP, all three are interrelated. Okay. Similarly, for POS, I will be having max terms. Okay. And POS, that means first sum will be calculated and then the product. So in that case, we will be considering it as OR AND form. So these three things are interrelated to each other directly. So here you can also see this 0 is equivalent to your 0, 0, 0 and 3, 0, 1, 1, and this 6 is 1, 1, 0. So this is written in this form, A plus B plus C. This 0 plus 1, I am using the reverse values. So to represent 0, I am using known bar variable, and to use 1 to represent 1, I will be using bar variable. That means here A plus B bar plus C bar, and for this one I will be using A bar plus B bar plus C. Okay, you can see that these three sums are mentioned there, and when these three sums are being multiplied, so I'll get the final answer. Okay, so both these representation are termed as two-level implementation because there are only 2 stages. Considering that the inverted inputs are available, NOT gate is not considered as stage. You can see that there is a bar, although we should have used NOT gates there to compute A bar, B bar and C bar, but if we are not using, and we can simply mention a line that assuming that inverted inputs are also available, we can also go by this. Similarly, for this 3-level implementation, that means there are 3 stages. In first stage there is an OR gate, an AND gate, then in the second stage there is an AND gate, and then in the third stage there is an OR gate. So this is mixed implementation, or you can say three level implementation. Okay. So now coming to the NAND realization and NOR implementation. As we are aware of the fact that the NAND and NOR are universal gates, so these can be used to realize any circuit using NAND only and using NOR only. So if you are asked to prepare a NAND only version for this circuit, so I have double complemented it in this form, because any variable, anything which is double complemented remains unaffected, so I can do this. And when this complement is being opened using De Morgan's theorem, you can see that this outer complement is being divided on this one, and this one. So this is now NAND. This is also a NAND, and this is also a NAND. All these three are NAND. Okay. So these three NAND terms are there. So I can compute the NAND versions for them. And here you can see this is something which is done for the canonical form. Here it has been mentioned it is done for A bar, B and C. And this is for A, B bar, C, and this for A, B, C bar, and this one for A, B and C. So this actually becomes 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And when you will minimize them, you might be getting a different answer. So for unminimized expression, I can realize this using NAND in this way. Okay. And further output of these things are included here. To check this, you will be surprised that why I have used all NAND gates here, whereas in the previous example I had used AND gates in this level and OR gate at this level. That means AND OR form. So I have replaced AND gate and OR gate both by NAND gate. So this must be checked, this must be verified whether this is correct or not. So if I take a simple expression of something like this to verify this, so if I am having something like this A, B, C and D and CD here, so this will be AB plus CD. Okay, so we have to verify this, that when we use NAND gates here, that means something like this. If these two are identical, then we can ensure that AND OR form is equivalent to your NAND. So here you can see that it will be AB bar, here it will be CD bar. So if A, B, C, D are there, so and here I am writing it here, so AB bar dot CD bar whole bar, and when De Morgan's theorem is applied, AB double complement plus CD double complement, so double complement gets cancelled out, so remaining term is AB plus CD, which is exactly equal to your this version. That means I can say that NAND thing is actually equivalent to your AND OR. Similarly, this NOR will be equivalent to your OR AND. This you can check on your own and verify that you are getting the same answer or not. That means OR AND is equivalent to your NOR, and similarly here it is mentioned that AND OR is equivalent to your NAND. Okay, so this is regarding the implementation of these Boolean function. Thank you.